Let's now take a look at warm-up exercise number 2. Now this one is performed in quite a similar way to the first one, except we'll be reversing the notes. So what I mean is, in the first exercise we went from fingers 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 4. Now what we'll be doing is we'll be starting with our little finger, so we're going to be going fingers 4 to 3, and then fingers 4 to 2, and fingers 4 to 1, and fingers 3 to 2, and 3 to 1, and 2 to 1. And like the first warm-up exercise, we'll just be repeating each finger pair a couple of times. So what I'll do is I'll just go through the exercise slowly for you. Once I've played that on the low E string, I move all 4 fingers to the A string, double check that my fingers are nice and evenly spaced, and I'll go through the pattern. Once I've done that, I move to the next string, check my fingers are nice and evenly spaced, and I'll do the same thing. And I'll stop there, but I would just continue, and once I've reached here, if I haven't done 5 minutes practice, I would start working my way back down again. Now, like I mentioned in the first warm-up exercise video, what I do when I do these warm-up exercises is I never have more than one finger pressing down at once. So I'll just sort of demonstrate exactly how I play the exercise. And like I mentioned in the first one, you don't have to copy me exactly. You know, if you do things slightly differently, that's fine. But if you're interested in doing it exactly the same way as me, this is how you do it. So when I start the exercise, I basically put all 4 fingers on. And at this point in time, I'm just lightly touching the string. So if I pick the string, you can hear how it's light enough to deaden it. And so what I do is I press down my little finger to fret the note. So that finger's pressing down, and these 3 fingers are remaining lightly touching the lower E string. And then when I go to the 3rd finger, of course my little finger comes off the string, that's pretty obvious. This 3rd finger's now pressing down, and these 2 fingers remain lightly touching the string, so they don't come off the string like that, and they don't press down really hard, they're just lightly touching the string. So I'll just demonstrate that finger pair a couple of times so you can see what it looks like. And now when I go from fingers 4 to 2, the starting position is I've got my 3rd finger off the string, and these 2 fingers are lightly touching the string. So I press down with my little finger, transfer the pressure to the 2nd finger. So fingers 3 and 4 are off the string, my 2nd finger is pressing down, and my 1st finger is just remaining lightly touching the string. And now when I go from fingers 4 to 1, the The starting position is fingers 2 and 3 are off the string. My first finger is lightly touching the string, and I press down with my little finger and transfer the pressure. Now when I'm practicing between fingers 3 and 2, the starting position is I've got these 3 fingers lightly touching, I press down, so my third finger is pressing down, these 2 fingers are lightly touching the string, and then I transfer the pressure. So at this point in time, my second finger is pressing down, and my first finger is just lightly touching. And then when I go from fingers 3 to 1, my second and fourth finger are off the string, and my first finger is just lightly touching the string, and I transfer the pressure. And then when I'm doing fingers 2 to 1, my second finger presses down, my first finger is just lightly touching the string, and I transfer the pressure. Now, as I said before, you don't have to do it exactly the same way as me. It might be slightly over-analysing things, but if you're interested in doing it the same way as me, that's how you do it. What I'm going to do now is demonstrate the second warm-up exercise playing along to a metronome. You don't need to use a metronome when you play through the warm-ups, but I thought it'd be good just to demonstrate how you could do it if you wanted to. So the metronome is set to 80 beats per minute, and I'm going to be playing quarter notes to the metronome, so that means I'll be playing 1 note per click. One, 2, 3, 4.